Hi everyone. So today this video I will show you how we can build a railway API using API Mocker. So let's start how to do this one. Before those who are watching this video newly, kindly go through my channel So Beyond Doubt, and if you go through playlist, right, so I already maintaining one playlist here, API Mocker Big Note to Export. Kindly go through that playlist. You will get step by step process like how you can build a API using API Mocker, what is the installation process of API Mocker, what all features is providing by API Mocker, how to use get method and post method for building API. So without wasting in time, let's start how to build a railway API using API Mocker. So let me go through my requirement analysis. So here just to understand few things. So we will use one endpoint trains slash train. So here we will use one get method, and I'm just configure. I will configure one specific JSON file train list. So this train list, let me show you the example. If we call that particular endpoint, right, we will get one type of response like this way. Within the train, there is an array I am creating here. Within the array, I am adding multiple train details. So when any customer is using this API, they will get the list of all trains which is available in train API. Then the next step, what we will do, we will use one more endpoint for train booking. So how we will book the train? So here we are using a post method, and for for few scenario, I'm adding some switch condition. So if you see here, there is one switch condition is here, response field is here, switch responses is there. So switch, what I'm adding here, I'm using filter the train number, a particular train number like I want to book. Second one, I'm passing one unique ID, that is email ID I'm passing here for each unique for the customer. Second one, what is the journey date, which date I want to book the particular train. This is the way we use switch condition. So there is two more field is here. If you see here, right, responses and switch responses. If while you are passing the request payload, if our condition is succeed, just example I'm passing this one as a train number. This is for email ID, and the last one is for journey date. If this field is matching with our payload, then we will get this kind of response, train booking success. Okay. So if you want to modify that particular ticket to different train, then the one more API added here, and modify this train number here. This is the customer name. I want to modify that particular field value, and the date of booking I modified here. So whatever a real time scenario, while you are booking train, right, the same kind of this is one of the project how you can showcase to the customer, if they are giving this API to build that one. So this is the way before backend is ready, you will configure some mock data from the backend system, and you can call means configured in API mocker, and using that particular API endpoint you can show them. Okay, this is the way how the actual API it will work in real time scenario. So this is one sample mock response. So the another we just show 200 code. If in case train ID means 10 particular train is not exist, then that scenario we are calling this particular we configured some data in this failure response file, then we will call that one, and whatever response is configured this file only we will get that one. This is for how we will book train ticket. Let me scroll down. One more endpoint also I configured here, that is train status. So after booking that particular train, how we will see the status of that particular train. So here also I'm using your post method. Switch condition we are using PNR number. Hope those who are traveling through train, they know after booking that particular train means train ticket, we are getting one particular PNR number. So through that PNR number only we are checking the status of the train. Is it cancelled, or is it confirmed, or is it waiting list? So that kind of status we can see here. So for that scenario, we are using your responses. One more switch response is there. If our condition is succeed, means there is one PNR number, PNR 1234. If this one our means booking of the ticket it is confirmed, then we are configuring one specific JSON file here, and we will add some. I will show you after this explanation I will show you the request and the response, so you will get some more idea okay, so this is the way how it is working in actual in backend. So the user only using the application, and they just using the filter option and just book that one. but how actually it is working in real time scenario. So this is the video you will learn how it is working as a real time API. API means what? There are multiple applications there. Paytm is there, PhonePe is there, and also there are IRCTC app is there. There are multiple Mintra is there. There are multiple way you can book, but all the third party application is calling the API of the IRCTC to book the ticket. So after booking the ticket from third party application, how the actual backend system is one only. From there only they are fetching the data. They are means using the license to call their API, and after call the API they are booking the ticket. The final solution the data is storing in IRCTC database only. So here the same approach is happening here. So while you are calling the particular API, it is calling that IRCTC database. From there it is fetching the data. After fetching the data after ticket booked, so just for example I call this particular PNR. It's, as of now this is static data. You're fetching the data from API Mocker. Real time scenario, while you are calling the PNR number, it's going to IRCTC database. So as of now I configured one JSON file. Here I just added from response successful response. So whatever data I'm getting, it's printing confirmation response. Same for if I am using this PNR number, it will print a waiting list. This one we are using for cancellation. So this is a three scenario while you are booking any particular train ticket. This is the way how the data it is fetching from the backend. How you will populate the same thing to the customer. See, customer will not get JSON response. Customer will get one responsive front end. This is the backend actually. Okay. Next step, if any of the means PNR is not exist, so it will print 404 code and train status not found file it will call. And whatever data is available inside that file, I will show you what data I am just using for this particular JSON file, and how I am populating this one as a API response. That I will show you step by step process. Just learn this one. Next process, after checking the status, there is one more API I added here, train cancel. So if you want to cancel your particular ticket through your particular PNR number, how it is happening actually in backend. So I'm using your switch condition is here. I filter the keyword PNR. So this PNR I will pass as a payload. So inside the JSON I will pass one payload, and that PNR number I will pass. There is two type of code I use here. One is 404 code, one is 200 code. So if my API is successful, so what kind of response I will print here? So this is the one JSON file I created here, train cancel success.json file. If my ticket is we are able to successfully cancel that one, then this file will call from backend, and whatever data is available inside this cancellation success file, we will get that one. If the second one if my ticket is unable to be cancelled, then what kind of data I'm calling your train cancel failed JSON file. Whatever data is available inside the JSON file, we will get that one. Now let me I will show you now what kind of request we will call and what kind of response we will get from the backend. So let's start let me show you. So here just see this is my railway booking, all type of request here. Just example as I mentioned above, I hope those who are watching previously, they already aware how to build API using API Mocker. So now as I already may explain what is the schema, what type of endpoints we will use this video, and now just learn what kind of payload we will pass for this particular APIs. So for train APIs, we will use get method. So there is no nothing as you know if you are using get method, there is no payload actually we are using as a request. So here as a URL we are passing /train, then it will call train list JSON file. Side by side let me show you here. If we call this one, we will get this kind of response. There is one train field is here. Within that we will get one array. So inside array we are getting the list of train which is available in our backend system. Okay. The next API while we are calling booking of the ticket, just for example if the train ticket is successful, this is the payload we will pass as a request body. Here we will pass train number, email ID, journey date. This is as of now I filter these three field here. If you want to make more filter criteria, then I think you can try your side. And if you want my help, kindly comment in comment box. I will help you how you can filter all the fields in a single API. So the next here it is showing what train ticket success. So side by side let me show you. If my train ticket is successful, you will get confirmation status here. This is the PNR number. So here you will get the journey date details here, and if you want some more details, I added some dummy data for your reference. Like if you want to fetch this particular field and means fetch in the particular front end, you can pass this one. So the next one I use here, if I want to modify the train ticket, so I don't want to go the same train, I want to modify this train to different location or different place or with a different customer name. How you can do? So this is one a request payload I added here. So it's train number, email ID, journey date, and this is the response. Let me show you. So let me scroll down. So here you can see this is the response. This is the file which I configured in mux folder. While you will fire that particular payload request, you will get this kind of response. So it is whitelisted here. I added here. This is PNR number, and this is a train number, name, and a few more attribute details I added here for your reference. Then next one if you see here, let me scroll down. This is if my request is failure, I'm unable to book the ticket. So here train book failure here. This is the train number, email ID, journey date, and other few details for additional details. So what kind of response you will get if the train ticket is failure? Let me show you. So let me scroll down here. So this is the file train booking failed, right? Booking failed, train number is not available. So as you I think through this sentence you can able to understand, while you are passing that particular train number, if the train number is not exist in the request means in the our backend system, then you will get this kind of response. Then the next API, this is we done for book, right? Booking of the train. Next one while you are checking the status of that particular PNR, like after booking any train ticket, if it is fast AC, second AC, third AC, or sleeper, or any reservation general train also. So how after booking the particular ticket, how you will check the status of that particular ticket? So one more API we developed here, train slash status here. There are four type of option here, like one for confirm ticket, one for waiting list, one for cancellation ticket, one we are unable to check the status of the particular PNR. So what we are doing for status of this confirmed, we are passing one PNR number. So same what kind of response you will get while that particular endpoint is hitting to the backend system. So this is the one sample response which we configured already in mux folder. You will get the status confirmed. This is the PNR number and this is the train number. So and other fields coach number, seat number, journey date, last updated. So this is the some additional option I added here for your reference. So this you can either you can configure in your backend system, or this is optional, depends on you. Next one we use for after booking the ticket. So if it is confirmed, then you will get the response from this confirmation request payload with this PNR ID. So if I'm passing different PNR ID just for showcase, if it is my ticket is in waiting list, how I can check that one? So if you go through this file, after firing that particular PNR, you will get this kind of response, and the status is waitlisted. This is the train number and PNR number. Another field position is here, because after ticket confirmation only you will get coach number and you will get seat number. Without confirmation, you will not get that like uh, that particular response from the backend. So next one for train cancellation. So if in case due to some emergency or due to some other reason, IRCTC is cancelling their train. So in that case we prepared one more PNR. So this PNR, while you are passing this one as a request payload, right? So let me show you that one. So here if you can see here, if the train ticket is 1 minute, waiting list is here, train ticket is not found. Okay, one is confirmed, waiting list not found. One more thing. Okay, so this one for cancel, right? So we can take this one as an example, if train status is cancelled. So we will see this is the cancellation status of this particular train. This is the train number and PNR number. So this one if you see here, this is the cancellation of the ticket, right? And the next one invalid PNR number, we are using train status not found. If in case like due to some reason, like if you are passing wrong PNR number, so how like our IRCTC application is doing, it is going to their backend system and it is checking if that particular PNR is available, right? So it's printing like PNR not found and doesn't exist, is invalid, please try again. So this is the way, like this is the backend. So this is the front end, it will take the data from the backend and it will print as a responsive format. Okay, so the next one minute. So here the next API, like train cancellation. So if in case due to some reason, like if you want to cancel your particular ticket while you are calling this particular API, right? See, user only using the application from the front end, so whatever endpoints it is configured from the back end, they don't know. So this is the video, like you learn like how actually, like in real time scenario API is working, like how you can use this much of API in your real time system. And if you want to build your own like IRCTC application, then you can build by yourself as well. So this is the way, like how this is working. So while you are passing this kind of PNR number, right, let me go through our response. So okay, so this is not so this is one type of response you can see, right? So while you are calling that particular endpoint, it is going through this one. This is my PNR number and it is cancelled. Okay, so I think one thing I missed here. So this is like I will create one more JSON file. Okay, that's fine. Now, like while you are hitting this particular PNR number, it will go through backend and it will check this particular file is available or not. Train cancel success, right? And it will print this response. Train cancel true, and this is the PNR number. The next one, like if you are unable to cancel your ticket, so this file will call train cancel failed JSON. This is the payload we will pass as a like particular endpoint, right? So while you are passing like in cancel API, using this cancel API, and you are passing this particular PNR number, and if this PNR number is not exist, so or you already cancelled, so that kind of scenario you will get cancellation failed, PNR not exist or already cancelled. So this is one like sample like way you can showcase this one to your customer. This is like overall like end to end flow of railway API. So by using this one, how like you can configure your API and how you can call your API from the backend system. And if your backend system is not ready, so how you will use this kind of API. So before backend ready, you can showcase this one and you can configure this kind of configuration and JSON file. And this way, like you can okay, you can able to like give confidence to the customer. So this is the way, like we can build our API. This is the overall of this API, of this train API. I hope like you guys are understand how you can like configure this means schema file, how you can configure this like a particular configuration JSON file, and how you can use that one. So now I hope like you guys are understand the requirement analysis. Now what we need to do, we will configure this API in our config.json file. Then we will test. We will test one by one to verify is it working or not. We will create this mocks file in our mocks folder. In step by step process, you will learn everything. So the first step, let me like copy this configuration file and configure in our like existing config.json file. Then we will like next, like we will create the files. Then we will verify this particular endpoint, is it working or not. So let me copy this one. Let me go through my config.json file. So the previous video we learned like how we can develop a flight booking API. So this video I hope like you will get some idea like how we can create like a API which will help us to book our flight, book our railway ticket. So let me give one comma here. So this is ending with here, right? So it's starting with here and ending with here. So I'm adding an enter here. Let control V. So after adding this one, like these are like all like the last one is used for is starting with here, right? Starting with here and ending with here. This one we are using for train, like train booking. So let me copy this one. We will indent this one through Postman. So as we are doing regularly in every videos. So let me go through Postman. Open new tab. Go through body raw data. Here I modify this one to JSON. So let me paste here and beautify. Now let me copy this particular configuration file. Let me add it again here. So now you can see, right, it's making a proper format, like this is starting with here, ending with here. This is starting with here, ending with here for status API, and this is like booking like API, right? So it's starting with here, and like if you see it's ending with here, and this is like start means the list of all train. So this is starting from here and ending with here. So this way, like if you maintain, it's easy for you guys like to make a proper like schema for each API. So this is not only this API, this is the like make a proper corporate standard. So it will help you like to understand your code actually, how you maintain this one. So if you want to showcase this one to different colleagues or different person, so he can easily understand. So maintaining here. So now what we need to do, we'll create all files inside mocks folder, and we'll test one by one to make sure our API is working. Okay, let me copy this one. This one is for like train list, right? So let me properly copy this one. Now let me go through this mocks folder to create all the files which is required for testing all type of scenarios. So let me go through mocks folder. This is my API mocker folder. This is my direct git folder. Okay, let me go through mocks. So here let me open one blank file. As usual, like those who are using Windows, they don't know like how to use like in Windows. So let me save this particular file. This is my train list JSON, right? Click save. So this file will add the list of all trains which is required for testing. So let me scroll up. Here I am using some test data, right? So let me copy this one. If I go through here, let me add it here. So let me save this particular file. Now this one like we used for while we are hitting this particular like slash train API, right? It will hit this particular file. It will check this file is exist. Then it will fetch the data which is available inside this train list JSON file, and we will get response. So this one done. Then the next one like let me scroll down. Now next for like train, while you are booking any train rate ticket, right? So what kind of like scenario we want to showcase to customer? This one like one for like 500 code. Let me copy this one. The same folder like the same approach how we just did for like train API, right? So let me do it for like booking API. So here let me add it here, train booking failure. Okay, save it. So here like I need to add some data, right? Let me go through requirement analysis here. So this is like once my train is success, one for like I want to modify the train. And the last one like if in case I'm unable to book any ticket, so I want to print this kind of response. So this is for failure response. Let me save this one. Let me those who want to kindly skip this part. So it's only for like creating files. So I don't want to waste your time. So let me copy this one and go through this folder. So here let me save this one, modify this one to like save type, giving one proper file name, whatever I copied from this requirement analysis, right? So not requirement, that config.json file. This is for successful response. So let me copy this one. Here I'm adding that particular response. Okay, so this one is for successful response. If we are able to book our ticket, so this kind of response we will get. Then the next one like we will use for case like if you want to modify your train ticket, how you will do? You can able to do, but this kind of response like you don't know, right? Because what it is happening in the backend. So this is like one type of response like I configured in API code to make sure like user can able to understand how it is working in real time scenario. This is for alter, right? So let me go through analysis here. So this is one type of response while you are like modifying your train ticket, or if you want, if you a new user want to like booking your new ticket, what kind of response you will get? So this is one like response for like train booking alter. So alter means you will modify. So now we done for like all the files we created for train book API. Now next one we will use for after booking the particular ticket, what kind of response you want to showcase to the endpoint or you want to showcase to the customer. So this one like let me quickly create this particular JSON file. So let me copy this one. So same way like we need to create like all the files for this particular status API. So let me save as this one, modify this save type to all files. So here I'm adding this train status not found. Okay, so here let me go through my requirement analysis. So if in case I'm unable to find any ticket, so this is the response like I want to showcase to the customer. So let me add it here. So this is the response we will use for if in case we are unable to like check the status of that particular train. This is the way we want to print this one. So the next one, like as we know, like if the train ticket is confirmed, we need to show them to the particular user, right? If in case like if it is confirmed, how user will know it is confirmed or not? So let me create one more file to showcase that one, like at least user can able to know. So their status is confirmed. So let me save this one. So let me go through analysis here. So this is the response like we are using for for successful response, means that ticket is confirmed. Confirmed means you will get the coach number and the seat number. Okay. So let me save this one. The next API like we'll use for if my ticket I already booked and it's went for waiting list, how I want to showcase that one to the end user. So let me create one more file for that purpose. At least end user can able to know their ticket is went for waiting list. See, as of now, like in current trend, like in front end itself, like you can able to see it is waiting list already. So, but in backend, how it is working. So this is the way like you need to learn how backend it is working as a real time scenario. So let me copy this one. This one like we are using for waiting list. So let me add it here, save it. This is for waiting list, right? Now next one we'll use for if the train is all if the train cancelled. That's kind of scenario how we'll showcase to the customer. So let me go to this folder here. So let me create one more file for that kind of scenario. So at least user can able to know, okay, so my pen already cancelled. So you need to find an alternate solution, right? So let me go through here. 999, right? Okay, so here this is the file. I think it's already there. I thought it's not there. Okay, let me copy this one. So let me go through here. Let me add it here. Let me save this one. Now like this file it will call when like your PNR like your particular train is cancelled. Now I hope like we'll done all like created all files for status API. Now next API like we'll use for cancellation of the train. So let me copy this one. Sorry, not this is the endpoint. We need to copy this particular file. This is for like when you are unable to cancel or already cancelled. So that kind of scenario like we'll call this particular JSON file. We'll fetch the data and we'll print that response to the particular customer. So here let me modify this one to save us. Here let me change to all types, add it here. This is for like cancellation of the train. So what kind of response we will print it here? Let me go through requirement analysis. If in case my train already cancelled or already we cancelled, in that kind of scenario, this file will trigger from the backend system and it whatever the data is available inside this particular file, it will print that one. Then the next last one is like the successful of this particular like response, means it will call this switch condition 200 code and it will print this, it will call this particular file and whatever the data is available inside this particular file, we will print that one. Modify this one to save us. Here also change this one to all files. Let me add it here. This is for successful like cancellation of the train. Okay, so here we are adding some data. Let me go through analysis here. So this is like one type of response while like we are able to cancel our ticket. So that kind of way like we will print this response. See, in upcoming videos like I will develop API using WSO2 EI and we will use one actual real data. So here like static data, this is for sandbox scenario. In WSO2 I'm planning to develop API like as a production flow that we will consider as a production flow. This is a sandbox flow. We will merge all together and we will develop a full like vast like project from scratch to like export, which will help all of you like guys like to understand how a corporate scenario or large company, how they are handling like a real time scenario. Okay, so let me close this one. Now like already we done all the files to configure in API mocker and configured in like config.json file, right? So now like we need to do what? We need to restart the API mocker to make sure all the configuration files is reflected in API mocker only. So let me go through terminal here. So the earlier like those who already watch my like flight ticket, right? Kindly go through my channel. The previous video I explained like how to book a flight ticket using APM occur, and how actually it is working, like while you are booking any particular flight, what are the scenarios are you need to cover within that videos. So it's a 43-minute videos, but you will learn end to end everything in the single video only. So now let me go through this analysis, means this particular terminal. Let me terminate this one. So I need to start one new session, right? So this new session, it will cover like so if in case any error, you will get the initial step itself. Now there is no error, means it's starting with this 9437 port, right? So it's covered everything, so now there is no issue. Now what I need to do, let me go through this config.json file. Okay, so after starting this one, how we will make sure APM occur is running or not? So go through browser here. So as we know, like the previous video, like those who watched, so we used, this is the like host. So let me copy this one. If I trigger this one in browser, right, if I hit here, right, so you are getting cannot get, that means APM occur has been started. So we are ready to test with this one. So let me copy this particular endpoint, go through Postman. So here I am adding this one here. Now let me go through config.json file. Our first endpoint is what? Our first endpoint is /train, right? Let me copy this one, go through this Postman here, remove this one and add it here. We modify this one to none. If I send request, right, so now you can see whatever train is available in our backend system, we are getting that one. This is for like 201 train, this is 045 train, and this is 050 train, and the same data we already added here, right? 001, 045 or 050. These are all data, like whatever you configured in train list JSON file, right? That data it is printing here. Okay, the next step, I hope like you clear like how you can use train API, right? This is a get method, so there is no request payload. Now next step is like how we'll use this booking of this train. So let me copy this one. So go through Postman here, open one new tab. So here I'm adding endpoints. So let me copy this base URL from this train API. Let me go through here. Let me add it here. Okay. So the next step, as we know, like for this endpoint, we are using post method. So let me go through here, modify this one to post, go through body, raw data. Here let me modify this one to JSON. Now let me go through my requirement analysis. So here, this is for get train ticket. So next one, like we are using for booking of this train, right? So let me copy this particular request payload. Let me copy this one. Let me add it here. Let me beautify this one. So this is the like one request payload we are using for booking of this ticket. So if I fire any request, right? So let me go through log here. So now you can see what it is calling this like particular field, which is train ticket 201. This is my email ID and this is Johnny date, and it's calling this particular switch key. You can see switch key is this one. This is my like call condition. So if you go through configuration file, you scroll down, right, there is one switch response is there. There is one condition I am adding here. This is my like train number. This is my email ID, and this is like one passenger booking date. So while all type of condition is matching with this filter criteria, it will call this particular flight, sorry, particular file. So train booking success here, and it will like whatever data you added inside this particular file, you will get that response like this way. So hope like if you see here, you will get this kind of response. You will get PNR number. This is the confirmed ticket, and this is the email ID of the passenger. And if you see the journey date also available here. So once ticket confirmed only, as we already all we know, we will get coach number and seat number, and this is the fare, like what is the price of this particular ticket. This one you will get like this one, like one example like how you will like use by successful scenario. Now next step what we will do, we will like showcase like if you want to modify this particular like train to different like customer and different date or different like train you want to book, how we will do. So let me go through my requirement analysis here. So here there is one more like request payload I created for booking of this ticket. So let me copy this one, means how we will update your ticket. So let me add it here, beautify this one. If I send request, right, let me go through log. So now you can see, right, it's checking the switch condition. These are some filter criteria is adding here. this is went through like this particular switch key, and it will call this particular train alter means you want to modify. Okay, so if you go through Postman here, now you can see this is new PNR number, it's a waitlisted. Second one this is the customer email ID, this is code and seat number and fare. So this is the way how you want to modify your ticket number. Okay, how you can book a different train with different details. This is the way how you can do this one. See, in front end, you guys are using application and modifying that one. So this is an API. So in backend, how the system will call. So the next one, you go through here, right? If any of this 200 code is not matching, if your filter criteria is not matching with your condition, then that scenario we are using one 500 code, and it will call this particular failure file to use that one. So let me go through analysis here. So here one more request I prepared for failure scenario. Let me copy this one. So this train is not existing, guys. Okay, so if you go through here, let me add this particular payload, beautify this one. If I send request, let me go through log here. So here you can see, right, this is the field switch condition is filter this particular field, this train number and email ID and journey date, and this is the switch key. It is checking this particular key is exist in your configuration or not. So that key means this is one key and this is one more key. This within this two key, this field this particular key is not exist, right, because this train itself is not available. So in that scenario it will went through this particular mocks folder, it will check this file is exist or not, train book failure.json file, and whatever data you added inside this particular failure.json file, that data we can see it here, booking failed, train not available or quota full. So this is the way how you will see if in case if you are booking any particular trying to book any particular train but that is not exist. So this is the way how backend system it will give response. From front end it will filter this one, if in error code it will filter that one, and front end we will see okay train is not available. Either it will show train is not available or the ticket itself it is not visible in the application. So this is the way how third party application IRCTC is maintaining from their backend system. This is one sample example using API Mocker. Now next one, we will after booking any particular ticket, how we know is it confirmed or different, there is one more functionality is available within the app, right? You will pass your PNR number to verify. Okay, so this is the way how we can filter our particular PNR is exist, is it confirmed or is it waiting list or is it cancelled, that kind of status also you can use. One more API I developed here, that is train status. So let me copy this one, go through Postman here, let me add one new tab here. Okay, so I'm adding this endpoint, and this particular endpoint we are using post method. So let me modify this get to post, go through body raw data, modify this text to JSON. Now what it is saying, let's go through this configuration. If our condition if you are passing PNR 1234, if that is exists, then it will call confirmed. If it is 5678, it will call this waiting. If it is 99 means 49 is there, then we will call cancel. If any one of this PNR number is not exist, we will pass 404 code, and we will pass status not found. Okay, so let's start how we will achieve this particular API. Let me go through this request here. So here let me scroll down. Okay, before that let's make sure you configured your endpoints. This is my endpoint. Let me copy this base URL from the previous API, right? So let me copy this one and add it here. This is the full URL for status of the train. Okay, now let me go through requirement analysis. I prepared 4 type of PNR number, so it will help you to showcase. Okay, this is the way if a train is confirmed or waiting list or cancelled or not found, so you can showcase to your customer. So let me copy this one, go through payload here. So now let me beautify. If I send request, right, so this PNR we are passing successful response. So now you can see, right, it's went through this particular endpoint, it's filtered this particular switch key is PNR 1234 is exist or not, then it's checking the switch key. So this switch key means here this switch response, which this is the switch key. Now next it went through this mocks folder and it will call this particular file train status confirm.json file, whatever data is available inside that one, and we will print this one. So here you can see, right, ticket confirm, this is the PNR number, train number, and this is the journey date, this is the coach and seat. So once ticket confirmed only you will get this coach and seat number, as we already guys know, right? Now next step, how we will showcase, like if it is waiting list, how we can showcase this one. So let me go through here, let me copy this request payload for a waiting list. We go through Postman, right? We add it here, beautify. If I send request, so now you can see, let me go through log here, let me show you. So here you can see, right, this is the train status, this is my like PNR number, this is switch key 5678, which is matching with our switch response key, right? Now it is calling, going to this mocks folder, it will call train status waiting JSON. So as we know, like if the PNR number is matching with this one, it will go to this mocks file and it will call this particular JSON file. So whatever data is available, we will get the response, we will print in here. So as we know, like if it is waiting list, we is printing like waiting listed position 3, we will not get the actual like seat number or coach number if it is waiting list. This is a real time like clone data, which is already in production, like whatever data. So this is the way like how we like showcase to the customer. So this is the way like if it is waiting list, we will get this kind of response. Now next one, if it is like cancelled, how we will showcase that one. Let me go through analysis here. This is one sample request I prepared, so let me pass it here and send request. If you go through log, right, so same like way you can see it here, right? This is the PNR number, this is the switch key. If any one of this is like matching here, we are calling like cancel API. So this cancel API we added like train cancelled. So then you already booked, but due to some emergency or due to some other reason, IRCTC is cancelled their train. So in that case, while you are filter this PNR number, you will get this kind of response from the backend, and front end like it will handle. So it will check this keyword is cancelled or not. Depends on like developer, like how they are maintaining their source code. So if it is cancelled, then they were simply like printing like due to some emergency or other reason, this is train is regret. So you saw one option, right, regret or cancelled. So that is the way like how like developer is maintaining their source code in front end and back end as well. So the next one, if any one of this condition is not succeed, so if it is not confirmed or waiting list or cancelled, or that scenario, it will call 404 code and train status not found. So I prepared one more scenario here. This is one like INN number I prepared here. If I pass this particular like request here, and in the, if I send request, right, if you go through log, now you can see it's checking this particular switch key. This key means if you check the switch response, so that whatever PNR I passed, none of one is means that particular like PNR number is not matching with this PNR number which is available here. So it will do what? If none of one is not matching with this particular PNR number, it will call this particular code 404 and this is not found. So whatever data is available that not found JSON filelet, go through Postman, you will get this kind of response. PNR not exist. The provided PNR number doesn't exist in the invalid. Please try again, not found status, and this is the timestamp. Okay, so this is the like way like how you will maintain a real-time scenario like to check the status of this particular train API. Now next one, so if you scroll down, right, so if you want to cancel your own ticket, so this video like you will learn a step-by-step process, train ticket, like booking of the train, the status of the train, and now you will learn how you can cancel your ticket. So let me copy this one, go through Postman, create one new tab, let me add it here. Okay, so let me copy this particular base URL, let me copy this base URL, so let me configure here. So this is the URL like we will use for cancel API. So we are using your post method. So let me modify this one to post, go through body here, raw data, modify this text to JSON. Okay, so what we can do here, let me go through my requirement analysis. Now I'm using here like one for successful scenario, one for failure scenario. So here like if you see here, I'm passing one switch response, one is PNR 1234. This is for like successful cancellation of the train, another one for like cancellation failed. Okay, so now what I need to do, let me copy this one for successful scenario to Postman. If I'm adding here and beautify and send request, and if I go through log, right, so here you can see I'm calling your endpoint is this one. This is the post method, and this is the key 1234, which is exist in this switch response. You can see, right, if this is exist, it will call this particular JSON file. That means like you can see here, right, train cancel success, and that response you could see here, PNR number this one, train cancelled, refund amount, so it's taking 50 rupees from the their particular charges, like while you are cancelling this one. As you know, like while you are booking any ticket and you want to cancel that one, so IRCT is taking some amount from your original amount, so it is giving refund 800. So now refund rate true. Then the next one, this is like how refund cancel your ticket. Next one, while you are passing this particular request, this is for train cancel failed, you are unable to failed your ticket or you already cancelled. So that scenario, how you will achieve that one. So let me add it here. This is one invalid PNR number, beautify. If I send request, right, if you go through log here, now you can see this is one switch condition added here, one valid 123, checking this switch key is available inside this configuration file or not, which is not exist here. So it will call this particular file train cancel failure. So that details you could see here, right, train cancel failure, and whatever data you configured inside this .json file, that data you could see here, cancellation failed, PNR not found, or already cancelled. So this is the way like how you will achieve this how to use cancel API, or how to use status API, or how to use booking API, or how to use slash train API. So this is the way a real time scenario every corporate or any large project if you are building, so all are maintaining like this way. So this is for static data, because if before backend is ready, so how they will go live? So go live will not possible, right, because backend data is not ready. So for showcase to the customer, this is the way how we can showcase to the customer. Okay, so this is while you are using this kind of endpoint, you will get this kind of response, a static response from the backend. I hope everyone clear how they can develop a train API using API Mocha. So those who are watching my channel newly, kindly go through my channel, so beyond doubt. So most of the times these videos and due to some other priority I'm unable to upload, but this channel is used for technical related videos which will helpful for your project and upcoming future. And upcoming days also I'm planning to upload AI related videos which will helpful for your future. So next what we are doing, like after completing this one, we need to push the code. As we know, like after completing this every series, right, so what we are doing, we are pushing the code to the git, so everyone will in the same page, so not missing anything. If I using git status, so let learn how we can push your code to git. So here I modified config file, and this much of files also I configured here. So what I need to do after checking git, so I'm adding here git branch. So you can see, right, so if I'm after using this one, you will see the branch there is one main branch is here and Narayan develop is here. So here what actually I'm doing, let me go through portal here. So here I'm adding git, search here my name like Narayan Vera. So you will get one git repository, right, so go through repository here. So I'm creating one repository API mocker for for this a YouTube only, so all can in the same page. So now there is two type of branches here, so let me show you in here. So here I'm using git add dot. So after using git add dot, whatever red color highlighted one you can see, right, so after adding executing this git add dot, if you execute the status command again, now you can see all are green color only. So green color means all consider as a this is all the new files which I want to push to the git. Now I want to give one comment, so git commit -m. So here I'm adding railway ticket, booking API. After executing this one, now you can see, right, the 11 file changes. So if I execute status command again, you won't see any files here. Okay, now next step what I need to do, I need to use git full. I need to add origin. Okay, origin develop hyphen naren. So this is the branch I want to pull the data. So if in case I forgot to pull any data from the backend, so this is the core command like you want to use this one. So git full, okay, git full origin develop naren. So let's execute again. Okay, so we are getting what, like while we are executing this one, we are getting what, could not find remote, this one. So let me go through here. So here like we can see one branch, right? It's like naren develop, not develop naren. So let me do what, let me modify this branch to naren hyphen develop. Now execute this one to make sure like you are fetching all data. So it's showing what, already up to date, right? So now what I need to do, let me modify this pool to, let me modify this pool to push here and execute this one. So it will take some second to push your updated source code to the git. So just better like to maintain git, so you will not lose any data. So now you can see, right? So it's pushing all the data to this particular repository. So now how you will verify, kindly go through here. So here you can see, right, has recent pushes to 30 seconds. So if you open this branch here, so open this particular branch, modify this one to naren hyphen develop. So if you go through this API mocker folder, right, so kindly follow this my git. So every day like every videos I'm maintaining this one, so it will helpful for you guys to use this one directly. Now this is mocks folder, right? If you open mocks folder, so here you can see like if you scroll down, you can these all files like these highlighted files, right, recently pushed 4 minutes back only. So if you want to go through like this API mocker folder, there is one config.json file, right? It is also like 4 minutes back. So hope like better to use this like my git to, it will helpful like to make your work like more faster. So those who are watching this video newly, kindly go through my channel So Beyond Doubt. So most of the videos like technical videos only, and if you want to go through playlist, kindly go through playlist here. So this playlist will help you like there is one multiple like I created a playlist here, one for like API mocker beginner to export. So current videos like I'm following this like particular playlist only, so which will help you like to understand step by step process. So thank you so much like those who are watching my video. So go through my channel and like, share and subscribe my channel, so it will motivate me to make more videos. Thank you so much.